I got my 100 denomination notes, but the way to do it, it doesn't, the ATMs don't default to it, so I don't know why I actually got paid out in hundreds one time when I went to the ATM. Might have been because the 50s are all exhausted, but you have to actually request $100 notes, and then once you actually just request them, it's not the easiest system on earth. It reminds me of their travel card. Some of their software is not great at ANZ. When you actually request the type of denomination you've got, then you have to tap on every the number of the actual notes that you want. I mean, that's crazy. Why don't they just say, look, I just want them in hundreds rather than 50s? You can't do that. You actually have to tap away until you get the right number of notes that you've actually requested. It's insane. So yeah, luckily I got them to assist me with it, because it was a very strange system they've got. Anyway, I don't think it's particularly good, but I think the assistant there thought I was a pussy, not handling it. Anyway, I think I just recognised the girl that actually directed me to get the money out. She was the one I saw last time who has the boyfriends who are pilots. I would have said hello to her if I recognised her. I just took a little bit of time for me to recall her. But yeah, she was there again. She's quite a cutie actually. Only a short girl, but she's very attractive. I think she tried to get me to get foreign currency again. She probably recognised me from the last time I was there. But anyway, that's all done. That's the main thing. All out of the way. Now, just got to basically do two major things. One is downgrade my internet connection. We do that online. And the second thing is to book a taxi. And of course, I've got to pack my bags. That's the other thing I've got to do, obviously. And charge up my electronic devices. But, you know, basically it's all done. So it's good. And of course, as soon as I get on the plane, I'll worry about what I've forgotten. I didn't forget anything major last time. I forgot to put the helmet in, the bike helmet. That was about the only thing I think I forgot last time. So I did pretty well. But yeah, I'll just basically spend the day packing, getting everything ready, transferring some files across to the laptop computer, because I don't use it as my main computer now. So that's the other thing I've got to do too. I've got a few things to do. I'm glad I got that the travel tips video did. That's quite a monster. It's about 21 minutes. I think it's the longest YouTube clip I've ever made, and I edited it down. I think the raw footage was about 30 minutes. So it was it's a real monster of a video. So maybe I need to be more concise with the way I put across my points. But anyway, the other one on luggage got quite a few people watching straight away. They like that. So yeah, travel tips are fairly popular, I'd say. But I don't, trying to figure out what's going to be a popular video clip is almost impossible. I can never gauge it. Never work out what people are going to like. Okay, it's all clear now. I might get my hat back on. It's getting pretty warm out here. Now it's 4:55. Now what time do the public servants begin work? Was it going to be 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? 5:30? What's the bet? Canberra watches, what do you reckon? I used to work in the old PS years ago, but don't regret leaving it. I'd hate to be doing shift work like this. It'd be pretty boring actually, a lot of this stuff. It'd be very much, you know, white collar factory work in effect. Pushing through people in droves. Yeah, I don't think it'd be great. Sure, if I look at the board, they see if there are any other flights. There was only the Jetstar counter open. That's the area downstairs. It's quite a nice international terminal. It's so quiet. That's what I love about it. I mean, I've never seen it busy here. It's quite a relaxed environment. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's a pleasure travelling internationally from Cairns as opposed to domestically. The domestic terminal's way too small. They are increasing the size of it, but yeah, this one they obviously planned on being a lot busier with international travel, but it just hasn't worked out for them, I think. And now with the way the economy is, it's just not exactly boom times. Yeah, I'm not sure whether people are going through yet. I was wondering why people are camped out down here, but obviously the reason is they haven't opened up the passport checking. So, oh dear. Let's see how I go. I don't know how I'm going to last the day. I have absolutely no idea where my sedatives are. It is an absolute mystery. I had a little container of sedatives next to me on the bedside table, and late yesterday I just discovered it wasn't there, and I thought, well, have I moved it? Have I put it somewhere else? Did it fall under the bed? I'm scrambling around trying to work out where these damn pills are, because I knew I wasn't going to sleep well before a morning flight, so it'll give me like at least 4 hours of decent sleep by taking a couple of them. But no, just could not discover it. I don't know what's happened to those pills. Just a total mystery. And I'm not doing long haul flights this trip, thank God, so that won't be a major issue. But I might have to pick up something at a pharmacy in Saigon. I don't think it'd be pretty hard to find sleeping pills there. I think that'd be something we have plenty of. Boy, this is amazing. It's so quiet here. I love it. That's the view out towards the hills abutting the actual runways. It's quite nice. Quite a bit of overcast weather, but the actually one thing that the taxi driver told me, he said that summer had come early, and it wasn't just me that was complaining about the heat, because it's been quite warm of recent times, and he tended to agree, so that was good. He said it was actually 26 degrees when he picked me up, which was at 4:30 in the morning. That's pretty warm. So yeah, just a waiting game now. Got through everything okay. Of course, the guy pulled me over for a special check with my bag and what have you. He was actually very nice about it, because he has to do that all the time. So, and I told him they always pick me, and they do. I tend to always get checked for that thing. It's not a big deal. They just put this little poker thing into your bag, and it doesn't take long. And they always tell you that it's random, but I'm always the one who seems to cop it. So I don't know. And the other big mistake I made today was going through the passport check. I was in the line with the non-Australian passport holders, because that was where most people were lined up. And then when I got close to, because I couldn't see any of the signage being blind bars, when I got to the end, I realised that all the auto gates were actually to my left, and there was no one. There wasn't a line, so I just basically went under the tape, the differentiating areas, lines, that type of tape. I don't know what that's called. I suppose it's got a special name. But anyway, I went under that tape, and then just went straight through to the automatic passport checker, and no problem. But I had no idea I was in the wrong line, because I saw some guy behind me who looked like he was an Aussie. He certainly wasn't from Indonesia, or at least didn't appear to be, but you never know, he might have changed his nationality, or he might have been with someone who was Indonesian and just wanted to keep him company and go through the manual check system. I don't know, but yeah, the auto system worked pretty well today, so that was good. But I was waiting in a line that I didn't need to be in, but it doesn't matter. No big deal. Time is not a problem for me today. I've got stacks of time. Now, the main thing is if this flight takes off on time, then I'll be very happy, because then I can make my connection. After that, whatever other hassles I've got, which I do have that one with the the extra weight. I don't know what the penalty for Vietjet is for going above the weight that you've got. I hope it's not as punitive as Jetstar. I doubt whether it would be. The actual costs of getting luggage is pretty low anyway there, so look, I'm not sure, but I'll see if I can get that sorted out now, and see if there's some internet I can try to just see what's going on. Okay, free Wi-Fi works pretty well here in the international terminal. Very impressed. I was able to check my booking with Vietjet. Unfortunately, the printout I got doesn't actually specify what the checked luggage allowance was that I asked for, but I thought I'd actually got 20 kilos for this leg of the flight, and I had. That's good. So actually 20 kilos going to Saigon and back from Saigon to Denpasar. So I've got 18.5, so I'm just comfortably below that 20 figure, so that's good. I also think the 20 figure is something that they won't take more than 20 on a motorboat as well, so jumping between islands is going to be an issue as well. I will have to boost it up though for when I go to Thailand, because I've only provisioned for 15 kilos, but I'll be able to do that in my hotel room and get that sorted out, and just add another 5 kilos to make sure I'm nice and comfortable with the allowance. It will be less than what it is now, because I'll be getting rid of those canned seafood will be gone. That'll take a little bit of the weight out. But I did add weight by bringing a set of binoculars with me. I thought they'd be good to have when I'm on the island, for instance, in Phuket. So that's a new addition for me. So I think that's probably a good thing to have, and look at the night sky and what have you. They're a power of 10. They're not bad. Decent binoculars, and yeah, it should be good to use. But it's about 6 o'clock, and that's about the first announcement I think I've heard. Or there's just actually the noise for the announcement, but the actual announcement didn't follow. It's nice and quiet here, as well as being fairly relaxed, so it's a nice experience. And like I say, as long as the flight takes off on time. I confirmed that the Vietjet flight currently is as scheduled, so it's 2:05 in the afternoon that flight leaves. So just barring any incident, things hopefully will be going smoothly, and I'll be in Saigon a little after 5 o'clock tonight. But I do provision for it. It could be as late as 7 or later still, because in the past I've had delays with Vietjet, although the international flight I had with them from Chiang Mai I think was on time, so that was okay. Maybe the international flights are run better than domestic flights. That generally would be the case, you'd think. So I'm hoping that that'll be okay. I think our actual aircraft is already here, so that's the other good news. So there's 2 Jetstar jets there, so I'd say that that means there's even less likelihood there'll be a delay. That's good news. So fingers crossed it all goes well. I got myself a window seat for the first leg, and that'll be good. I'm not even sure I did go for a seat allocation on the other flight. I thought I did, but I may be wrong. I'll find out soon enough. That's not a major issue for me. It's only a 4-hour flight from Denpasar to Saigon, whereas this one's 4.5. So this will be the relatively long haul. Not that they're very dissimilar from one another anyway, as far as length of the flight's concerned. So hopefully it all goes well. Fingers crossed. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.